God said to Moses and Aaron, but still in Egypt. This month is to be the first month of the year for you. Address the whole community of Israel. Tell them that on the 10th of this month, each one is to take a lamb for his family, one lamb to a house. If the family is too small for a lamb, then share it with a close neighbor, depending on the number of persons involved. Be mindful of how much each person will eat. Your lamb must be a healthy male, 1 year old. You can select it from either sheep or the goats. Keep it penned until the 14th day of this month, and then slaughter the entire community of Israel during the Sabbath. Then take some of the blood and smear it on the two doorposts and the lintel of the houses in which you will eat. You are to eat the meat, roast of the fire, and the bread you will eat. And bitter herbs, don't eat any of it raw or boiled in water. Make sure it's roasted over heads, innards. Don't leave any of it until morning. If there are leftovers, burn them in the fire. And here is how you are to eat it. Be fully dressed, with your sandals and your stick in your hand. Eat in a hurry. It's the Passover to God. I will go through the land of Egypt on this night. Strike down every firstborn in the land of Egypt, whether human or animal, and bring judgment on all the gods of Egypt and the land. Blood will serve as a sign on the houses where you live. When you see the blood, and pass disaster protection. Serve. This will be the memorial day for you. You will celebrate it as a festival to God down through the generations. A fixed festival celebration to be observed always. You will eat unraised bread, matzah, for 7 days, and on the first day get rid of all yeast from your houses. Anyone who eats anything with yeast from the first day to the 7th day will be cut off from Israel. First and the 7 days are set aside as holy. Do not work on those days. Only what you have to do for meals, each person can do that. Keep the festival of unraised bread. This marks the exact day I brought you out in force to the land of Egypt. Honor the day down through the generations, a fixed festival to be observed always. In this month, begin on the 14th day at evening until the 21st day at evening. You are to eat unraised bread. For those 7 days, not a raised up yeast is to be found in your houses. Anyone, whether a visitor or a native, of the land, who eats anything raised shall be cut off from the community of Israel. Don't eat anything raised. Only matzah. Moses said, without elders and priests will be said, select the lamb from your fathers and slaughter the Passover lamb. Take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in a bowl of blood and smear it on the lintel and two doorposts. No one is to leave the house until morning. God will pass through and strike down Egypt when he sees the blood on the lintel and two doorposts. God will pass over the door. He won't let the destroyer enter your house and strike you down. Ruin. Keep this word. It's a law for you. And your children for when you enter the land which God will give you as He promised. Keep doing this. And when your children say to you, why are we doing this? Tell them it's Passover sacrifice to God, who passed over the bones of the Israelites in Egypt. When he hit Egypt with death, but rescued us. We can go Lord and worship. The Israelites then went and did what God had commanded Moses and Aaron. They did it all. At midnight, God struck every firstborn. In the land of Egypt, or the firstborn of Pharaoh, who sits on his throne, right down to the firstborn of the prisoner, locked up in jail. Also, firstborn animals. Pharaoh got up that night. servants. And everyone else in Egypt. What wild wailing and lamenting. There wasn't a house in which someone wasn't. Pharaoh calling Moses and Aaron. And Bernard and said, "Get out of here. Done to you and your husbands. Go worship God on your own terms." And take your shoe and cut it. As you insisted, but go and bless him. The Egyptians couldn't wait to get rid of him. And pushed them upon him to hurry up, saying, "We're all screwed." The people grabbed their bread, dough, before it had risen, bundled their bread bowls, and their cloaks, threw them over their shoulders. The Israelites had already done what Moses had told them. He had asked the Egyptians for silver and gold things and clothed him. God saw to it that the Egyptians liked people, and so readily gave them what they asked for. Oh yes, they picked those Egyptians. The Israelites moved on from Ramses, Succoth, about 600,000 comfort. Besides their dependents, there was also a crowd of riffraff tagging along. Not to mention the large flocks and herds, livestock. They baked and raised cakes with the bread dough they had brought out of Egypt. It had raised. They had been rushed out of Egypt and hadn't time to fix food for the journey. The Israelites had lived in Egypt 430 years. Sorry. The end of the 430 years to the very day God's entire army left watch all night. Watching over the Israelites as he brought them out of Egypt. Because God kept watch. All Israel, all generations will honor God, keeping watch this night. Watch night. Eat it. Any slave, if he's paid for and circumcised, can eat it. No casual visitor or hired hand can eat it. Eat it in one house. Don't take the meat outside the house. Don't break any other bones. All community of Israel is to be included. If an immigrant is staying with you and wants to keep the Passover of God, every male in his family must be circumcised. Then he can participate in the meal. He will then be treated as a native son. And no circumcised person can eat it. The same law applies both to the native and immigrant who is staying with you. All Israelites did exactly as God commanded Moses and Aaron. That very day, God brought the Israelites out of the land, Egypt, tribe by tribe. Genesis 13. God spoke to Moses, saying, consecrate every firstborn to me, the first one to come from the womb among Israelites, whether persons or animal is mine. Moses said to the people, always remember this day, this is the day when you come out of Egypt from the house of sin. God brought you out of here to powerful land. Don't eat any praise. You are living in the spring month of Abib. When God brings you into the land of the Canaanite, Hittite, Amorite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, which he promised to your fathers to give you a land lavish with milk and honey. You are to observe this service during this. You are to eat unraised bread for 7 days, and on the seventh day there is the festival celebration to come. Only unraised bread is to be eaten for 7 days. There is not to be a trace of anything fermented in the yeast and where. Tell your child that day. This is because of what God did for me when I came out of Egypt. The day of observance will be like a sign in your life, a memorial between your eyes, and the teaching of God in your mouth. It was with a powerful hand that God brought you out Egypt. Follow these instructions at the set time, year after year after year. When God brings you to the land of Canaanites, as He promised you and your fathers, and turns it over to you, you are to set aside the first out of every womb to God. Every firstborn from your livestock belongs to God. You can redeem your first birth of a donkey if you want to by substituting a lamb. If you decide not to redeem it, you must break its neck. Redeem your firstborn child among your sons. When the time comes and your son asks you, what does this mean? You tell him, God brought us out of Egypt, out of a house of slavery, our land. When Moses stubbornly refused to let us go, God killed every firstborn in Egypt, the firstborn of both humans and animals. That's why I make a sacrifice for every first male birth from God, from the womb to God, and redeem every firstborn son. The observance functions like a sign on your hands or a symbol on the middle of your Don't know? It's so happened that after Pharaoh released the people, God did lead them by the road through the land of the Philistines. So the shortest road for God taught you the people, if the people ain't going to war, they'll change their minds to want to. No, war works not slavery. So God led the people on the wilderness road. Looping around the Red Sea. Israelites that need to bondage. Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for Joseph had made the Israelites sons. So make sure my bones are here. Then from Scott. At the edge of the wilderness, God went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud in the day to guide them on the way, at night to give them light. Thus they traveled both days, pillar of cloud by day, pillar of fire by night. Never left. People, time check, 9 o'clock Jamaica time. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Hey, my friend here, Money Q. Why that song? Why that song that come from my Money Q? Money Q music. So feel up. Sanjay Smith. Big up, maximum respect. Huh? I'm going now, yeah?